Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News broadcast. We are coming to you live from Rupavahini's news studios. I'm Delanjali Ananda.
And I'm Siobhan Pereira. Let's take a look at your headlines right away.
The price of petrol reduced by 12 rupees and diesel by 10 rupees. Sajith pledges to establish the housing right of all citizens. A different program from Anura to safeguard the poor. The president says voting for Sajith would benefit Anura. A conflict of opinions in the ITAK party with the sole decision of Sumantiran to support Sajith. Vijay Das stresses that his policy statement contains only practical truths and no false promises. Polio vaccine for 640,000 children in the Gaza Strip.
For this and other stories in detail, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has reduced the fuel prices.
And the revised prices have come into effect from midnight yesterday. The IOC and the Sinopec company have also taken steps to reduce fuel prices. The price of a litre of octane 92 petrol, which was at 344 rupees, has been reduced by 12 rupees. Accordingly, the new price is 332 rupees. The price of a litre of octane 95 petrol has been reduced by 2 rupees. The CPC has also taken measures to reduce the price of a litre of Lanka Auto Diesel, which remained at 317 rupees by 10 rupees. The price of a litre of Lanka Super Diesel has also been reduced by 3 rupees to 352 rupees. There has not been a revision in the price of kerosene oil.
It has been reported that a conflict of opinions has arisen in the Ilangai Tamil Arasu party as a result of the declaration by parliamentarian M.A. Sumantiran at the party's Central Committee meeting in Vavuniya today, overextending the party's support to Sajith Premadasa at the forthcoming presidential election. Other members of the party say this was an individual opinion of Sumantiran and it does not represent the common opinion of the ITAK party and its leadership. It said that 3 decisions have been taken. One of the decisions is not to support Aryanendran, who has been named as the common Tamil candidate. Sumantiran further said they are requesting Aryanendran to withdraw his candidature. Another decision taken was to extend the support of Ilangai Tamil Arasu party to Sajith Premadasa in the presidential election. Some others have also expressed their opinions regarding the statement of Sumantiran. Parliamentarian Shah's Nirmalanathan said they have talked previously with the ITAK party regarding the presidential election. He also said that they have also conveyed their decisions to the party president Mave Senadi Raja. They have also decided to convey the decision to the people by the 10th of this month. MP Nirmalanathan further said they have received the news this evening regarding ITAK supporting Sajith Premadasa. He further said that upon inquiry from the party president, he came to know that the ITAK president was totally unaware of the developments and that he had taken the decision through his misunderstanding. Former parliamentarian S. Yogeshwaran said that he is a Central Committee member of the ITAK and added that if a decision was taken at the Central Committee meeting, it would have definitely been conveyed to the membership. He said, however, he was not aware of any such development. Yogeshwaran also said the hierarchy of the party has been informed of the decision and they would not accept the decision of extending the party's support to Sajith Premadasa. Leader of the ITAK, MP Mave Senadi Raja, said that they conducted discussions but a final decision was yet to be reached. However, he said that he cannot understand the reason behind this statement. He said that as a party leader, he is unaware of this decision. Presidential candidate of the Samagya Jana Balavega, Sajith Premadasa, says that the right of every citizen to have access to a house will be established through formation of a national housing policy. He was addressing a public rally in Nachadura yesterday.
කියවමින් දැහෙට දින ඉතිහාස කතයි මේ අරමුණ මගේ බලගන්වන්නට සරසෙන් දියුණු හොයලි කැන්දන්නට සරසෙන් සමගිය බලගන්වා නිති සරසෙන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවම දිරියෙන් සරසෙන් මගේ රට බලගන්වන්නට සරසෙන් දියුණු හොයලි කැන්දන්නට සරසෙන් සමගිය බලගන්වා නිති සරසෙන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවම දිරියෙන් සරසෙන්
The meeting was attended by public representatives and party activists of the SJB in the Anura district. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa said that their policy is to build the country after building the villages and cities. The national housing policy will be set up via the strategy to hand over lands to the landless and providing houses to those who do not have homes. The proposed housing policy would be established through amalgamation of the Gam Udawa program and the development of the rural, urban and upcountry plantation sectors, the fisheries sector and the middle class representation. Every citizen would be given the right to live in a house of his or her own. A new methodology will also be commenced to eliminate poverty. A 20,000 rupee allowance will be provided monthly to the poor segments within a 24-month period. A proud and prosperous lifestyle would dawn. The presidential candidate further said the system of changing political parties will be banned through the implementation of the law.
දිලිඳු සහන ආධාර මත යැපෙන්නේ නැති දෙපයින් නැගී සිටින්නට පුළුවන් අභිමානවත් ජන පරපුරක් නිර්මාණය කරන්නට අපි අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම කටයුතු කරනවා කියන එක මම මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා. ඔබගේ දුක කඳුල වේදනා ඉවත් කොට සෞභාග්‍ය සම්පන්න ජන ජීවිතයක් ඔබට උදා කිරීමේ වගකීම මමත් මගේ කණ්ඩායමත් බාර ගන්නවා. 21 වෙනිදාට නිර්මාණය වෙන අපේ ආණ්ඩුව තුල අනිවාර්යෙන්ම පැත්තෙන් පැත්තට පක්ෂ මාරු කරන ක්‍රමය අනිවාර්යෙන්ම තහනම් කරනවා කියන එක මම මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා. දැනටමත් මේ නීතිය තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ක්‍රියාත්මක වීමේ අඩුපාඩුකම් තිබෙනවා. ජාතිවාද නැති ආගම් භේද නැති අපේ
Parliamentarian Rohana Bandara said that the only leader without differences on race and religion is Sajith Premadasa. He has called upon the people to appoint Sajith as the leader of the country and to build a country of unity. He requested the voters to cast their votes for MPs who are being sought for positions. Former parliamentarian Arjuna Ranatunga said that he was engaged in politics of the JVP due to the influence of Sarath Fonseca, that he would have been with them today as well. However, he pointed out that he is not in that position today as he had realized that it was not possible to build the country with a group which does not have a vision. Arjuna Ranatunga also said these groups go for strikes and as a result innocent people are being victimized.
ළමයි ටික තමයි ගෑස් කන්නේ වතුර පාරවල් වලට වැටෙන්නේ ගුටි කන්නේ එහෙම නැත්නම් තුවාල වෙන්නේ ජීවිත නැති වෙන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ මෙන්න මේගොල්ලන්ටද අපි රට පාලනය කරන්න දෙන්න. විපක්ෂ නායකවරු
Parliamentarian Chandrani Bandara said that Sajith Premadasa has proved that even an opposition leader could work on behalf of the country. After the 21st of this month, the SJB presidential candidate would definitely undertake a massive workload as leader of the country.
Now in more local news, presidential candidate Anura Dissanayake says that a vibrant program to safeguard the poor people will be commenced under the leadership of his government. He made these remarks addressing a Samurdhi conference in Colombo today. The conference has been organized by the Samurdhi group of the National People's Alliance. Samurdhi Development Officer Malshani Hettiarachi said that when the Aswasuma concept was brought forward, discarding the Samurdhi movement, they thought that there was a representative in parliament on their behalf. She added that, however, when that person changed parties to achieve petty political objectives, they felt themselves betrayed. Dr. Harshana Surya Peruma said that the NPP would strengthen the Samurdhi movement and provide remedies to the relevant problems of the employees. He also said that the journey will have to be carried forward through a proper methodology via an appropriate strategy. Presidential candidate Anura Dissanayake said that in any society there is a community which does not connect to the economy. He added that the responsibility of his government is to strengthen such a community. Presidential candidate Anura further said that now an effort is being made to highlight the fact that this is a crime to allocate funds for relief. He added that the NPP government will implement a program to provide relief to the poor. The presidential candidate added that, however, they are not saying that they will build economy by the year 2048. He called upon to involve in the process of building the state service through an appropriate methodology. Meanwhile, a conference of the Overseas Collective of the National People's Power was held in Colombo this evening. The theme of the event has been the revival to us in abroad. The program of action of the group of Sri Lankans in foreign countries was presented on this occasion. Bimal Ratnayake of the NPP said that expatriate Sri Lankans would be incorporated in the country's development process. The overseas community has been identified as a political force equipped with knowledge, economic potential, social relations, cultural abilities and sports skills. All these resources will have to be utilized for the country's development. There should be an understanding on the services to be received from a government and the obligations of the citizens from the country. Bimal Ratnayake also said that Anura means a program and elaborated on the benefits to be received with the implementation of the program. The program on the overseas Sri Lankans has been named Punaruden Etara Apata. Government is looking for dollars. He added that, however, they are also looking at the welfare of the overseas Sri Lankan. Presidential candidate Kumara Dissanayake said that they need to extend some guidance for those who generate funds for the country. He called upon the expatriate nationals to engage in investing in their projects. An NPP government will implement proper plans on behalf of every child. Those are compelled to migrate due to lack of income resources within the country were forced to encounter difficulties in foreign lands. He added that a civilized nation, Sri Lankan, could not allow to witness such sufferings from Sri Lankans. Therefore, he added that an NPP government would accept the responsibilities of education and the lives of the expatriate Sri Lankans. The children of Sri Lankans abroad would be accorded to an opportunity to return to Sri Lanka and to engage in studies in a suitable academic stream. Anura Dissanayake also said that migrant Sri Lankans are fulfilling potential and prominent task of their victory in extended their gratitude to these foreign Sri Lankan workers. He also said that they would safeguard the honor entrusted upon them by the overseas Sri Lankans.
ඒ පිළිබඳ අපිට උන්ට පිළිබඳ ගෞරවයක් තිබෙනවා. ඒ වගේම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. ඕන් අපි විශ්වාස කරලා තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපේ පැත්තෙන් කළ යුතු දේ තමයි ඔබ අප කෙරෙහි තිබෙන විශ්වාසය අපි ආරක්ෂා කරමු.
Presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa says measures will be taken to secure the status of the state service and also to safeguard the honour of the public service. He has made these remarks attending a public rally in Pitabaddara in Denyaya this morning. The aim of the meeting was to establish the victory of presidential candidate of the Sri Lanka Podujana Party. People representatives and party activists were present at the meeting. Parliamentarian Nipuna Ranavaka said that several countries had developed upon liberation from colonial rule. Singapore was one such country. Nipuna Ranavaka said Lee Kuan Yew, who took over the country in 1959, ruled for 42 years and he was 39 years old at the time of assuming power. Nipuna Ranavaka added that he brought 10 acts and developed Singapore as never before in any other country of the world. The parliamentarian said that in similar manner, MP Namal Rajapaksa would also develop the country and would allow the youth to think in a novel format. If thereafter requested them to make him the leader of the country. Parliamentarian Tissa Kutiarachi said that for the first time in the history of the country, the nation's administration would be handed over to a 38-year-old vibrant youth. He has called upon all those who prefer the development philosophy of Mahinda Rajapaksa to hand over the opportunity to Namal Rajapaksa to carry forward the development after the 21st of the month. He is ready to take over the challenge and would never breach the confidence placed upon him by the people.
Mahinda Rajapaksaගේ සංවර්ධන චින්තනයටත් කැමැති ඔබ අප 21 වෙනිදා සොයන්න තනියම කල්පනා කරලා ඡන්ද පොළට ගිහිල්ලා හදපු වඩාය ගුවන්තොටුපළ අධිවේගී මාර්ග පෝට් සිටියෙන් ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්න. තාත්තා කරපු සංවර්ධන බැටන් එක ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්න. අවුරුදු 38 තරුණයෙක් වෙන නාමල් රාජපක්ෂ සූදානම්ෙන් ඉන්න ගමනට ඔබ තබන විශ්වාසය අවුරුදු 38 ආදරණීය තරුණයා කිසි කිසිම දවසක මගහරින්නේ නැහැ.
අපි රාජ්‍ය සේවය ශක්තිමත් කරමු. කප්පාදු කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. අද
Presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa has called upon to strengthen state service. There is no need for curtailments. He added that some try to portray the fact that state service is a burden. Rajapaksa also said that the recruitment process for government service should not be subjected to politicizing. Some vaccines have not been filed for many years. Some vacancies rather have not been filed for many years. Such failures would further burden the people in the villages. Namal Rajapaksa also said they must strive to protect the state service and to safeguard the dignity of this service. The relevant technological revolution needed in this context would be introduced by them. The younger generation is dealing with technology. The people would be inculcated in a state service fused with technology. Such a procedure would eliminate the need for the people to stand in queues to fulfill their needs. The SLPP presidential candidate also said that they have no need to change policies.
අපිට ප්‍රතිපත්ති මාරු කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. සමහර දේශපාලඥයෝ හිතනවා ජනතාව ඉන්නේ දේශපාලඥයෝ නිසා කියලා. මේ අයට අමතක වෙච්ච කාරණේ තමයි දේශපාලඥයෝ ඉන්නේ ජනතාව නිසා කියන කාරණේ බොහෝ අයට අමතක වෙලා කියන එක අපි අයට මතක් කරලා දෙනවා.
පොළොන්නක වැස්සක් වසිනා පෙරණේ දිනුමට ආශිර්වාදේ නිදහස් දේශක ඇරමුම කියනා පින්වත් කුලකුමරුගේ ආගමනේ රම්මන්ට සල්සාර කරවනා දනුගුරගත් වැඩි මුණ්ඩ දෙවිදුනේ සුකල කලබම් පිබිරෙන සක්හන මැද වඩිනා ශ්‍රී නායක යානේ.
Now, the independent presidential candidate Ranil Wickremesinghe says handing over the vote to Sajith Premadasa would genuinely pave the way for the advantage of Anura Kumara Dissanayake. He made these remarks addressing a public meeting in Chilao this afternoon. Another public meeting of the series Puluwan Sri Lanka public rallies to consolidate the victory of the independent presidential candidate Ranil Wickremesinghe was held in Chilao town with the participation of political parties and alliances supporting the candidate. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that Sajith Premadasa was the opposition leader who told of his inability to form a government. He added that the JVP had decided not to talk about the issue. The presidential candidate further said that the former president had summoned him and he came to know that a problem would have arisen had he not intervened. He said that therefore he went alone and took over the position and talked with the parliamentarians. The candidate added that these MPs had joined him to carry forward the government. The presidential candidate added that had they not come forward at that time in Sri Lanka, the country would have turned into a Bangladesh by today. He also said that they are receiving support from all quarters and that they know that the SJB is unable to win. The presidential candidate further said that every vote being handed over to Sajith could be considered as a vote cast for Anura. He also said that they should secure this victory on the 21st and therefore requested to vote for the gas cylinder symbol on the 21st of September.
සැප්තැම්බර් 21 වෙනිදා ගිහින් ගෑස් සිලින්ඩරේ ළඟින් කතිර ගහන්න. කතිර ගැහුවේ නැත්නම් ගෑස් සිලින්ඩරෙත් පුපුරනවා රටත් පුපුරනවා. පොහොට්ටුවේ බෝඩ් එක තියෙනවා වෙන කොහෙද?
Minister Ali Sabri said that the Pohottua board says in one instant that the MPs are with Ranil. He also said that Muslim Congress and Rishad Badruddin have decided to support Sajith. The minister said that the politics should not be determined by deals of the upper hand and also through agreements. The final outcome will be based on the gratitude of the hearts of the people. MP Arundika Fernando said that the president has agreed to extend the Colombo-Katunayake highway to Chilao. Ranil would become the president of the country, but he added that he would not become the president as a result of the TV coverage of the meetings. It will be determined by the gratitude in the hearts of the people. MP Ashoka Priyanta said that a JVP trade union leader who had no school education stated that teacher profession would be turned into honorable profession. He added that Ranil Wickremesinghe in his capacity as the Minister of Education had already fulfilled this task.
බෙදන්න කරන්න කියලා අපර බරු පණිවිඩ දෙනවා. තෙල්ලව් දවස් ගාණක් පාක් කරගෙන තියෙනවා ඩොලර් මිලියන 10ක් දෙන්න බැරුව.
Parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa said that fuel ships had been stranded for days for not having $10 million. These experiments had been forgotten today by some. He also said that tourism not functioning properly and recalled that the JVP had demanded not to bring tourists. Former MP Akila Viraj Karivasam said that all government parliamentarians and UMP party men are today rallying around the president, but the opposition is divided. Another meeting to establish the victory of presidential candidate Ranil Wickremesinghe was held in Katankudi yesterday. Political parties and alliances extending aid to the presidential candidate and a large group of party supporters have attended the meeting. Presidential candidate Ranil Wickremesinghe has also attended a public meeting in Samantura yesterday. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that a crisis situation had prevailed due to the shortage of finances. The commercial economy was in complete collapse mode. People had undergone dire consequences. He added that at this difficult moment, neither Sajith Premadasa nor Anura Kumara Dissanayake came forward to help the masses. He added that he was entrusted with the task of building the economy. He further said that those who were not present at the time of need are now coming forward and question the use of their assistance at present.
Sajith Premadasa ලෑස්තුනේ නැහැ ඔකට උදව් කරන්න. අනුර දිසානායක ලෑස්තුනේ නැහැ ඔකට උදව් කරන්න. මට බාර වුණේ ආර්ථිකය හදලා මේ සාප්පු ටික ආපවරින්. ඒ වෙලාවේ ඒගොල්ලෝ හිටියේ නැත්තම් දැන් ඉන්නවා කියන්නේ මොකද තියෙන ප්‍රයෝජනේ? ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියන්න පොඩා පොඩා පොඩා. චරයි කියන්න තියෙන්නේ.
The Wildlife Office in Nallathania says that a tiger in the upcountry was killed after getting caught in a trap. It has been pointed out that there had been an opportunity to rescue the animal through anesthesia. The reason of the death of the beast was attributed to the delay in the arrival of the relevant veterinary officials. Plantation labourers were reported to have informed the Nallathani Wildlife Office of a tiger being entangled in a trap near a row of line houses in the Lakeham estate in Muskelia Police Division. Around 6 o'clock this morning, however, due to the absence of a veterinary hospital either in Nallathani or in Gampala or Nuwara, the relevant veterinarian is compelled to be brought from the Randenigala Veterinary Hospital. Environmentalists say that the tiger had died due to the veterinarian taking a long time to reach Nallathani from Randenigala. Despite the fact that wildlife officials were planning for a long period to construct a veterinary hospital either in Nuwara or Gampala, the program had not yet been materialized. Therefore, the environmentalists point out there is a higher probability of the deaths of tigers and other animals for not having prompt medical attention. The carcass of the tiger was produced before the Hatton Magistrate Courts and it is scheduled to be directed to the Randenigala Wildlife Veterinary Hospital for a post-mortem. An investigation has commenced to arrest the hunter who had set the trap to catch the animal.
Presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa says that there are no false promises in his policy statement. Commenting to the media after a function in Talawa, he said his policy statement could be implemented in practice. Namal Rajapaksa said there is no difference. All the policy statements presented, they contain pledges which could not be fulfilled. This traditional form of promises had been presented in previous elections as well. Namal Rajapaksa also said there would not be any possibility to allocate the funds as mentioned in the government's pledges or in the pledges presented by the SJB or the NPP next year. He added that, however, his policy statement includes proposals which could be fulfilled. The presidential candidate also said the preliminary needs is to bring out the economically self-sufficient condition. He points out there are several features to realize this objective. The agricultural and industrial sectors have been closed down by 20 to 22%. This was due to the increase in the electricity tariffs under the cover of the IMF. The electricity bill was previously increased by fourfold, citing IMF conditions. However, there were no such conditions attached to the IMF agreement. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa also said he has a program to send more intellectuals, professionals, entrepreneurs and the young generation to parliament instead of fraudulent persons.
The presidential candidate of the Rajapaksa, Kirti Wickremesinghe, addressing a media briefing in Kandy yesterday, said he is in possession of all the plans to resolve the economic problems of the country. Presidential candidate of the Rajapaksa, Kirti Wickremesinghe, said that the future of the world would be built by graphite. The best graphite is found in Sri Lanka. The presidential candidate for the said graphite is being used for the production of many items. It is used as a source of power, especially in the manufacturing of batteries. It is an essential component in the production of electric vehicles. Wickremesinghe added that accordingly their projects there would not be future electricity tariffs. There would not be any need to add tax on food items. Rajapaksa added that Sri Lanka need not to remain in debt any longer, as it could generate dollars through harnessing of graphite and other produce.
Presidential candidate K.R. Krishnan says the foreign exchange that is being flown out of the country could be minimized by reopening of educational institutions such as the SITAM, which remains closed. Presidential candidate of the Arunalu Janata Peramuna has made these remarks to the media in Yatiyantara yesterday. Presidential candidate of the Arunalu Janata Peramuna, K.R. Krishnan, said that the monthly tea production of the country is $25 million. He also said that countries like Kenya hopes to sell its tea produce at prices above $250. However, Sri Lanka could make use of this opportunity and the income would make it possible to pay back the dues. That the JVP and the GMOA are responsible for the closing of the education institutions such as the SITAM. Foreign exchange could be saved by setting up a methodology to retain students who are going abroad for studies.
මේක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේක වහලා දාලා. ඒ නිසා අපි විශේෂයෙන් රජ්‍ය වෛද්‍ය නිලධාරී සංගමයෙන් තිල්ලන්නේ. මොකද අපේ සල්ලි ගොඩාක් යනවා. ඒ නිසා ඔබතුමාලත් මේකට සහයෝග දෙන්න මේක ආපහු විවෘත කරන්න. ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණත් අපි කියනවා මේක හොඳ දේවල් නැති කරලා අපි ඩොලර් එකතු කරනවා කියලා කියන්න එපා. ඩොලර් එකේ රුපියල ගාන එකතු කරනවා කියන්නේ ඒක ඇත්තටම නිකන් අපි කියලා ඉඟා ගන්නවා වගේ වැඩක්. ඒක ඕනේ නැහැ. ලංකාව කියන්නේ ඊට වඩා ශක්තිමත් රටක්, ආර්ථික ශක්තිමත් රටක්.
And that's all the news we have from home. Stay tuned for the national stories coming up next.
You can make a difference. It is your duty to help eradicate dengue. Clean up your environment at least once a week. A message from the Dengue Control Unit of the Ministry of Health.
Thousands have begun queuing in Gaza as a massive polio vaccination campaign for children is underway.
It comes amid a war that has destroyed the region's healthcare system and caused massive damage to water and sanitation systems. The humanitarian pause for 3 consecutive days was agreed to by Israel and Hamas for the vaccination rollout. The campaign is being rolled out in 3 separate stages across the central, southern and northern parts of the Strip. The UN's World Health Organization has indicated that it aims to vaccinate 640,000 children weeks after the first polio case was detected in Gaza in 25 years. A 10-month-old baby has been identified with the disease, and according to the World Health Organization, the presence of paralysis indicates there could be hundreds more who have been infected but are not showing symptoms. Meanwhile, Israel Defense Forces has indicated that it recovered the bodies of 6 hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that whoever murders hostages does not want a deal, whilst senior Hamas officials acclaimed that Israel is its refusal to sign a ceasefire agreement was to blame for the deaths. More than 40,530 people have been killed in Gaza since October 7th.
More than 100 tons of dead fish were collected in and around the port of Volos in the Sen after a mass die-off linked to extreme weather fluctuations. The dead freshwater fish filled the bay 200 miles north of Athens and nearby rivers. Water levels in the area were swollen by floods in 2023, followed by months of severe drought. The die-off has hit local businesses along the seafront, reducing commercial activity by 80% during the previous week. Fishing trawlers have been chartered by the regional authorities along with earth movers to scoop the dead fish out of the sea and load them onto trucks bound for an incarcerator. The fish came from the Lake Kala in central Greece, a body of water drained in the early 1960s and restored in 2018 to come back to the effects of drought. Water levels rose abruptly in fall 2023 during a deadly storm that caused extensive flooding in central Greece, but have since receded due to low rainfall and successive summer heat waves. Now today is the fourth day of the second test match between Sri Lanka and England.
At the close of play yesterday, Sri Lanka was 53 runs for a loss of 2 wickets. The match is currently being played at Lord's Cricket Ground. Sri Lanka, resuming their second innings today, lost their third wicket when the score was at 60 runs. Dimuth Karunaratne continued to anchor the innings and scored 55 runs before losing his wicket. Angelo Mathews scored 26 while Dinesh Chandimal managed to put up a score of 58 runs. Sri Lanka continued to lose wickets in regular intervals, unable to put up a partnership and currently at 272 runs for the loss of 7 wickets. Dhananjay De Silva is not out 50 runs while Milan Ratnayake is not out 33. Gaz Atkinson picked up 3 wickets for England. Sri Lanka needs to score another 210 runs to win the match and level the series.
Very good catch.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel Eye. I'm Dulanjali together with Shiva, signing off. Good night.